It's been a long time since I've done a long YouTube video. I kind of gave up on YouTube for a while. I have had the slowest growth on YouTube. And it was at the point where I was like, why am I trying? I'm barely growing. I put so much time into recording and editing, and it really slows me down. So, what's the point? But the reality is growth, whether it's slow or fast, my goal obviously is to get monetized. I am a small business, and being monetized on any platform is an extra piece to the puzzle to help maintain a stable paycheck. So hopefully 2025 is my year. I did have a question in one of the comments of my YouTube video, and the person asked what my setup is because, as you can see, I stand. I love to stand while I work. Now, I can't stand for everything that I do. There are certain things that I do seated because you are more stable. But she was asking about my setup, so I'm going to give you guys a little tour. It's going to be messy, it's going to be very real, and hopefully it kind of helps you understand that you don't need a huge space to become whatever you're trying to do, right? I create so many things in this tiny little space with very little room to move, and it works, I can still make what I want to make. So please don't let something like a space slow you down. If I showed you what's behind you right now, you'd be like, oh my goodness. Just use what you have, do what you can do with the space that you have, and you'd probably amaze yourself with how much you can do with little. My name is Vanessa. I am a self-taught metalsmith, and I'm the creator of With Love Jewelry. For those of you that don't know, I quit my corporate job in September of 2023 to pursue making jewelry full-time. And growing up, I never had any interest in making jewelry. I never even used to wear jewelry. And then one day, my now husband said to me, I want to get a new custom chain. And I was like, I'm going to make you your new custom chain, having no experience working with jewelry before. So I bought my very first soldering kit and started making rings, and have yet to make him his chain. That I did make him his medallion that he wears on a chain. So it balances out. So let's get started with our tour. We are going to get started with my main desk. This is my very messy, I know, main working area. This is literally just a standing desk that I had purchased from Amazon that unfortunately isn't available anymore. But I do have a similar one linked in my Amazon storefront, which you can check out if you're looking for a standing desk. And this one was really nice because it has four programmable heights, so you can set it however you like. But the main thing that really lets me use this to create jewelry is this right here. And this is just a portable bench peg. It's not coming out. Okay, 1 second. Okay, almost there. All right. So this bench peg is, it's pretty awesome. It's a very simple bench peg. It comes with, pre-drilled places. I don't know what to say there, but what you're supposed to do is it gives you two spots that you can drill holes into, and then the vise that you can clamp onto your desk. Now, I have not drilled the holes because there are wires under my desk to make it be able to move up and down. But another reason that I don't drill holes is sometimes while I'm working, I'll have gemstones. It's not clamped down right now, but sometimes while I'm working, I'll have gemstones that fall in there. And if I've drilled this and locked it onto my desk, I'm going to have a lot of trouble getting the gems out. So like this, I can just remove the clamp, the vise, and I can get my gemstones out. So this thing, I believe, was about 15 bucks on Rio Grande, but I'm sure other jewelry supply companies have it. It's just called a portable bench peg. To make this all work, I have made a makeshift catch tray. So I just got this little table, stacked some boxes on top of it, and then have different plastic lids for storage containers for my different catch trays. So like, for example, I have my sterling silver one here, and all my other catch trays here, 10 karat yellow, 10 karat rose, 14 karat rose, 14 karat yellow. And I mean, they're literally just like simple. This is an iPad box. This is a Ferrero Rocher lid. You know, this was like a little tray from the dollar store. I've got some more storage lids over here. So really just making things as simple as possible for myself. As you can see, I do have a real catch tray here, but I do tend to work with a lot of different metals. And so instead of cleaning out the catch tray and potentially contaminating one metal with another, I just keep these separate little containers that I use as my catch trays. This is a table that you really don't see very often, and this is kind of my like catch-all table. I do have my ultrasonic cleaner. This thing is older than I am probably. This was my dad's ultrasonic cleaner, and he's like, here you go, I don't use it. So he gave it to me, and it does a great job. It just doesn't heat up, which is fine. I can just get some hot water. And then I have all of my loose gemstones. This is an antique drill press, so you could put your flex shaft in here and then drill into stuff. I have my dapping blocks. I have my beads and some old jewelry that I've made. And then this is where I keep all of my like purchased wires. I tend to not purchase any more wire unless I absolutely have to. What I do instead is, oh, and also my tumbling drums, some stamps. That's just some olive oil for lubrication. And then I have my actual jeweler's bench, which, as you can see, just like my other bench, is a mess. So this is where I have my hammers, my mandrels. These are all of my like 2mm gemstones that I use for my pave rings and gem bead rings, optivisor, and then, you know, hopefully something kind of pretty. But let's take a look at my drawers because I've got a lot of great stuff in there. In drawer number 1, I have all of my lovely polishing compounds, some polishing mops, and then the big ones for polishing lathes. And then I have my spare grain. This is argentium. I do not have spare sterling silver because I have so much scrap sterling silver. And then I buy my gold as I need it because gold is really expensive. In drawer number 2, we have a bunch of things, including solder. So this is like 14 medium yellow. This is 14 medium rose. I have my little bench clamp vise and the ring clamps, different polishing wheels. As you can see, nothing is very neat and tidy. In the back here, I do have some diamond grit. These are actually for knives, but I bought them for knives and you can use them for gravers and stuff. So there are 3 different grits. I have, what is this? An empty baggie. I have a bunch of stencils. I have my hammer hand piece and all of the little attachments for it. And that's about it. These are some screw-on mandrels. These always come in handy. And I do have some more solders. They're just at my soldering station. So, oh, and look, I didn't realize these were in here. These are tips that you can use. Oh no, I think these are for this. Oh, I was wondering where these went. Yeah, these are the little pegs that you can put into here so that you can, oh, I'm so glad I found these. Good to know, awesome. And behind drawer number 3, it's a mess again, I know, it's okay. We have saw blades. I usually will store my burrs in here, but I've been using them so much that I just have my setting burrs in here. My ball burrs and cut burrs and other burrs are up there. I have my, this is the spoon that I use and some of the wax that I use to seal the letters that I send to people, the thank you notes that I send to people when they purchase something from my website. These are my mini mandrels. I have a bunch of mini mandrels. I love these. And then a calculator and some hole punchers so that I can, you know, make little earring holes to send people on like a card. Oh, and of course, my stamp. I had purchased this stamp from Target maybe 15 or 20 years ago. Like, no joke. I had never used it, and now I use it every time I get an order. So those are my drawers. And then, of course, I have my lovely little stool. And I use this stool whenever I really need to focus on what I'm doing. For example, if I'm making a pave ring and I'm going through and I'm doing very intricate work, I'll sit on my stool and it puts me pretty much at eye level with what I'm working on. So it's adjustable, it's great. I got it from Amazon. It really wasn't bad for the quality. It's great quality. And like I said, it's adjustable, so it works really well for me. And that is this main area. I'm going to show you my soldering station and then some other fun little places that I do some work. Over here we have another little, this is actually like an end table for a bed, but I keep my files and sanding sticks here. I have my 2 rolling mills here, and then underneath it has some storage space that I have my rolling mill rollers. And last but not least, we have my soldering station. So it is, again, set up so that I can stand. I have some like garden pavers and some bricks so that it's kind of at like eye height for me, where I'm just looking down, because before I really used to like hunch over and it would hurt my back like crazy. So I have this set up, and I've got solder on the side, my soldering blocks up here, my torch is right over here, and my pickle pot is right behind you. Ideally, I should have my torch and my soldering block that I can just put here, but I like to solder over there. It's the laundry room, and the floor is tile, and then the tabletop, the countertop on top of, or beneath what I solder on, is like granite, I think, so it's really hard. And there are times when if I'm pouring metal and I spill the metal and it goes all over the place, that it stays on the granite, and if it goes on the floor, there's no risk of burning anything. So I do have a lot of like wood surfaces over here, and I feel more comfortable over there, but I'm sure in the future I'll bring it so that it's all in one place. But essentially, this is my workspace. It isn't pretty. It's super messy, and it works for me. And like I said, I've got furniture all over around me, and it's a small space, but I can make do with it. It doesn't have to be like, as long as you guys are seeing something pretty basic and neutral, like it doesn't bother me. Like, I don't care about all of this, but it gets the job done. It would be amazing to be able to utilize the entire space, but it is what it is for now. You know, hopefully in the future, we'll be able to spread out a little bit more and utilize our space a little bit better. But for now, it is what it is. I hope this was helpful. I hope this showed you that you really don't need to have a ton of space to get things done. I don't. Like, I've literally just hodgepodged things together, and it's working for me. So I hope you find something that works for you, and don't let something simple like a mess stop you from creating something beautiful. So thank you so much for watching. I know this was a short one, but at least you got to see everything in this little amount of time. So I hope you had fun, and I'll see you guys next time.